Hey guys, I'm going to be doing today an oil change on my 08 STI. It's about that time again. I'm going to start off with the, I've got a light under here. I've got a 12mm deep well extended, I'm going to use my big, smaller wrench here. We'll go ahead and get up underneath and start taking some clips out. There's a few screws up front, a few little clips around the side. I usually use a Phillips head screwdriver to get them out. So let's go ahead and dive. Alright, here's one here. Make sure we're loosening, not tightening. That'd be a good start. We gotta get this underbelly pan out before we can get to the oil pan. And it's much easier to use a deep well socket. The smaller socket is not gonna, you're not gonna be able to get to a lot of these screws. There's another one over here, and this is for an 08 STI. I assume it's very similar for WRXs and STIs 08 to 14, but the process is similar regardless of what Subaru model you have. I got those two over there. And your Subaru may have a few more additional clips than mine does. Mine previous owner decided to lose a good number of those clips, so I don't have them. And it's actually, sorry guys, it's actually a flathead we're going to be prying out. Let's hope you can see this here. It's going to be, yep, that one right there is going to be the one holding us in. We're going to go ahead and get this one out. Turn it a little bit. Okay. Oop. Yep. There we go. Got this one. Okay, and there's usually some clips back over here too. They're holding us in on the subframe. Pull this one back. This side doesn't have one. Okay. One clip over there, and the other clip over my light. Hopefully you guys can see this one here. You kind of just hold it up with the rest of your body to kind of keep the pan from falling on you. So mine's pretty much held in with just two clips, two screws, and then the bolt on the back. Yours is probably going to be held up with a few additional clips. I did have a 2015 STI at one point, and that car had all the clippies. Oh goodness, yeah, that thing had probably about, I don't know, 10, 15 clips to take off. So if you have a 15, you'll be doing a lot more work. But ultimately, you're just taking the clips out. So there's one clip. What did I do with the other one? Oh, here it is. Okay. Here's that clip was under there. Alright. Now that we got the pan out, which is pretty easy for me. Now we see the drain plug here and the crush washer. So we'll go ahead and remove this guy. I believe it's a 17 in most cases. I can never remember. 17 it is, yep, so 17. So we will get your drain pan. There you go, there's drain pan. I like to use my longer ratchet to get a little more leverage on this guy. Make sure it is loosening, which it is. There we go. This is going to come out pretty quick. The car was pretty darn warm. I'm going to keep some... Oh, yeah, here is my paper towels handy, just in case. Make sure that's open so we can see. Make sure I got my pan open and the breather open. go ahead and slowly. It's gonna come out real fast, and that's getting awful hot. Ooh, there it is. Oh no. Okay, cool. There we go. That's better. Hopefully I've got enough room in this pan. And we'll kind of, as it gets closer, we'll move it in. And we leaked a little bit over there. It happens from time to time. It hit the drain in the middle and splattered out. That's why we got all these extra paper towels. We'll clean that up with some degreaser and paper towels here in a little bit. Alright, looks like we had enough room. Kind of worried I wouldn't let that drain for a little bit. Alright, so now that we've let this drain for a little bit, I've cleaned up a little bit of a mess over there. And now we will go ahead and put the plug back in. Actually, we'll clean this off. Dry this off just a little bit. So now it's coming down to just a drip there. It's about as far as I usually take it. Sometimes I let it go a little further, but yeah, the oil wasn't that bad. It wasn't super overdue. Just wipe off the filter, get you a new crush washer. Stick it back on. Go ahead and put the plug back in. I like to just kind of barely tighten it for now. We'll tighten it down a little more here in a little bit, but okay, now we'll do the filter. Okay, before we do the filter, I'm going to grab my new filter, which is over here. Nappa Gold. Alright. Our new filter here, old filter here. And if I did this right last time, it should just be hand tight. Yep. There it goes. This is going to be nice and hot. So just let this drain. Got a fan running, it's kind of blowing it a little bit. I have to let that drain a little bit before it gets too far on me. Ah. I hate getting oil on me. Go ahead and take it off. Whew, that's hot. Hot, hot, hot. You definitely want to do it while the engine is warm though, so you let as much of that oil drain as possible. Yeah, if you let it sit and it's cold, the oil is not all going to be ready to drain. It won't drain as easily, and you most likely want to get much less oil out of it when you do drain it. Just there we go. I don't think I've ever done an oil change and not got some oil on me, especially when you're doing it on the ground here. Let that drain just a little bit longer. Alright, good enough for me, just kind of come down to a drip. I like to grab a little bit from oil filter area, oil up the ring on the new filter. Okay, sure it's all clear up there, and we'll screw the new one back on. Clean it up. Here's my paper towels here. Dry it off a little bit, and we'll kind of snug it down by hand. There we go. I kind of like to get it as tight as I can with my hand, and then back it off just a little bit. So it will get tighter over time. As long as you have a good seal on it, you should be fine. You definitely won't want to crank it down too hard. A lot of those folks will crank them down ridiculously hard, and it's almost impossible to get off after the engine is heated and cooled so many times. So we'll go ahead and move that out the way. To clean this area a little bit, or the oil pan just a little more. Clean that up just a little bit. Okay. And then we'll crank it down. I think this is like 20-ish foot-pounds, 25 foot-pounds. I don't ever do it. I don't ever actually mark it down. I just kind of snug it, get that crushed washer nice and squished, and then just kind of, there we go. All right, I think that's good enough. Okay. Clean up a little bit around here. Now there's gonna be lots and lots of oil just sitting around here. That's okay. Okay. Alright, we'll pull this guy back out. Pull our drain pan out. This guy's super full. Definitely need to take this to my local auto parts store and dispose of it. Set this back over here for now. Ooh. Yeah, that's super full. As soon as I put it down, more came back out. Last oil change for that batch. Okay. Paper towels. And I like to use a little brake cleaner. Clean your hands right up. I don't want to get too much grease on my underbelly pan. Not that it really matters that much, but. And brake cleaner is a degreaser, so you know, as long as you don't use too much of it on your, don't use it on your hands, it'll dry up your hands pretty good, but it won't hurt anything. There we go, much better. Clean hands. All right, let's finish this up. Okay. And again, I've got my, I'll pull this guy back off. There's usually two of these, one on each side that go around the subframe. I don't know what happened to the other one. I should replace it. I probably will replace it. I'm too lazy to do it right now. So we will not do it yet. But for the meantime, we'll go ahead and shove the underbelly pan back under here. I'll get my 2 clips, my 2 screws, and my 1, even though I should have 2, little U-joint clip thingies. I'll just put it back up in here. Hopefully this will, there we go. Help with the viewing a little bit. They're difficult to see, but this guy over here. Go. It's kind of hard to get these back. There we go. Alright, now this one's settled. We'll get the clip. Hopefully you guys can see it lines up. This underbelly goes under the wheel well, and you'll be able to take a clip and put it, if you line them both up, there we go. Boom, got it. Alright, so now the wheel well goes on top, then the underbelly pan, and there's a clip that goes through both, snaps into the side of the car. So we'll go take this, like my other clip, which I keep missing. There we go. Got it. Now we'll take my light, go to the other side. Put that up under there. Okay. There we go. Kind of tough to get it lined up. Once you get it lined up, there we go. Alright, got them both in there. Now it should hold up on its own with those clips. And then we can get these 2 bolts started. Alright, now one's gonna go here. Okay. That one started, and the other one should be here. Okay. Use your 12mm deep well again. Snug them both down. These don't need to be very tight at all, just, 10 to 15 foot-pounds at most. Okay, that one. Okay, snug. Okay, and the U-joint, which is, where did I put it? Oh, here it is. And I kind of just pick one. I do like to distribute two, these two guys right here. Hopefully you can see them. These two, I make sure they are around the subframe. Okay, now those are, they'll pull that in. There's a bolt that's snapped off right there. Hopefully you guys can see it. Again, I didn't do it. Used car problems. But we'll go ahead and just kind of snap this around. I believe the side with the ridges goes on the bottom. We'll find out. Nope, no. Other way. There we go. So it should snap in like that. And you should have that one there and another one over here. But again, don't have it. Is what it is. But it holds on pretty good. And I don't hear any rattles or anything. So good there. Now we go back up top. Okay, now we start filling her up. Again, we're looking for about 4.8 quarts. See how good I can be here without spilling. Aha. I usually use a funnel, but don't have one right now, or I guess I do, I just don't feel like getting it. So we'll go ahead and just use old school method here. So I had a brain cramp there, so double checking that. Use all of that goodness. Let that sit for a second. And then I will take the new one. Okay, take the new one here, put about a little less than a quart in there. So probably about right. Oh, spilled just a little bit. And looks like that's just about a half a quart. A little bit more. Okay, that should be about right. If you did spill any, I got a little bit on there, not too much, just a little bit. Wipe it off real fast. Okay, make sure you're not leaking anything underneath. We did put the belly pan on there, but if you're leaking too bad, you'll definitely see it even through the belly pan. It'll leak out the side. Check it real fast. It's not an even level, so it's not going to be completely accurate. I just like to make sure there's something in there before I start her back up. Yep, it's right at the fill line. If you guys can see, hopefully you can see it's right at that line here, the fill mark. So that's actually just about perfect, even not being level. So we'll go ahead and start her up. Start it up, move it off of its ramps here. And we'll check it again. I'm going to take the light off so I don't drag that around. Turn off my air conditioner, which is awful loud. Okay. Let it run for a second, let it circulate around. Okay. After it's run for just a few seconds, I'll turn it back off. Double check levels again. And it has, looks like it has gone down. Yeah, it has gone down. It's gone down, so that's normal. If it goes down a little bit, it's filling up the oil filter, so it's going to go down a little bit. And a little bit better light. Let's try again. Yeah, see, it's gone down a little bit. Okay. Ooh, almost dropped it. That'd be not good. Okay. That's a little better. Just above the first bubble there, right before the top full line. So we'll go ahead and call it a day. So, all right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Hopefully this is helpful. Have a good one. So yeah, just again, so we're gonna use all of this, right? 'Cause there's 4 quarts in a gallon, right? Yeah, 4 quarts in a gallon. So we're gonna use this, all of this guy. So I had a brain cramp there, so double checking that. Use all of that goodness. Let that sit for a second. And then I will take the new one. Okay, take the new one here, put about a little less than a quart in there. So probably about right. Oh, spilled just a little bit. And looks like that's just about a half a quart. A little bit more. Okay, that should be about right. If you did spill any, I got a little bit on there, not too much, just a little bit. Wipe it off real fast. Okay, make sure you're not leaking anything underneath. We did put the belly pan on there, but if you're leaking too bad, you'll definitely see it even through the belly pan. It'll leak out the side. Check it real fast. It's not even. It's on an even level, so it's not going to be completely accurate. I just like to make sure there's something in there before I start her back up. Yep, it's right at the fill line. If you guys can see, hopefully you can see it's right at that line here, the fill mark. So that's actually just about perfect, even not being level. So we'll go ahead and start her up. Start it up, move it off of its ramps here, and we'll check it again. I'm going to take the light off so I don't drag that around. Turn off my air conditioner, which is awful loud. Okay. Let it run for a second, let it circulate around. Okay. After it's run for just a few seconds, I'll turn it back off. Double check levels again. And it has, it's like it has gone down. Yeah, it has gone down. It's gone down, so that's normal. If it goes down a little bit, it's filling up the oil filter, so it's going to go down a little bit. And a little bit better light. Let's try again. Yeah, see, it's gone down a little bit. Not much, just a little bit. We'll put just a little bit more in there and we should be golden. Okay. Ooh, almost dropped it. That'd be not good. Okay. That's a little better. just above the first bubble there, right before the top flow line. So we'll go ahead and call it a day. So, all right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Hopefully this is helpful. Have a good one.